take you so long, little boy? Sorry, but we've already finished preparing the lethargy laser for firing.
Don't do it, Specter!
Ah, yes, you're right. First, I must take revenge for the Freaky Monkey 5. Do you like him? We call him RoboKong. We gave him those symbols to trap you and never let you go. He's so looking forward to playing with you. Well, have fun with the big ape, my precious Hiccup.
Hello everyone, I'm RobtheMod. Welcome to part 27 of Ape Escape 2 on the PlayStation 4. You'll notice me switching gadgets there, and that's because you're going to need those 4 gadgets for this boss battle. You're obviously going to need the stun club, you're going to need the Skyflyer, you're going to need the dash hoop, and not for this part of the boss battle, but you are going to need the electromagnet for the second part of this, because this is a 2-part boss battle. You're going to need the Skyflyer for this section here, which is basically he's going to do this kind of attack. You've got to jump over it and then get down, and then you've got to just stun club the green bit in the middle. 3 hits on that and this first part will be over. The dash hoop is kind of necessary when he tries to suck you in, because you ain't going to be fast enough to avoid that. Believe me, I tried. The amount of attempts I had on this is kind of ridiculous, I'll be honest. Yeah, it really was just ridiculous. Just kind of waiting for that to appear now. And then the other attack, obviously you've seen, well, 2 other attacks really. He's got like this one where he fires missiles and he also fires those other things out of his head. They're not really a problem, although occasionally they do drop cookies, so yeah, that'd be kind of useful if you're very low on health. But it wasn't, like the random number generator wasn't working for me on this one because it wasn't giving me the cookies. Maybe it's because I had full health, but yeah, it wasn't giving me the cookies. It was giving me the points and stuff that I could have collected there, but it wasn't giving me the cookies. Right, that's the first part over. We're going to get a cutscene.
Surprised, little fella? Feast your eyes upon his true form, Ultra Goliath! Behold, the sheer perfection! Ultra Goliath will crush you like an ant! Watch out there, or you'll become part of the flooring! All you can do now is run and hide, little boy! He won't move! I don't believe it! You've tricked me again, haven't you, Hikaru?
But I didn't do anything, Specter! This is all your own doing!
Silence! I don't need these legs to beat you. I'll get you for sure this time. Here I go!
Of course, now we are fighting the Ultra Goliath, as it's called. Specter's in it, and this is why you need the electromagnet. I'm sure it's plainly obvious to you why you'll need it, but yeah, it has that metal bit in the middle that's covering up the green thing that you need to hit. It has a multitude of attacks. One of them is that, which I, took the hit on, unfortunately. The Skyflyer can help there. You will definitely need the Skyflyer for this bit, because he fires at the ground and then it kind of sends a shockwave out and you've got to land, and then that's when you've got to quickly use the electromagnet, pull off the thing and then hit it. And believe me, there was certain points on this that the amount of attempts I had on this was kind of ridiculous. I had a couple of issues. I mean, it's also going to fire the completely useless missiles at you. There's also one other attack, you'll see it bit later. It's also another like arm attack like that, but he fires it kind of straight at you and he'll pick you up and he'll throw you down and you will lose a full cookie. Unless you have half a cookie like that, in which case you'll only lose half. So it's kind of advantageous to do that, if that makes any sense. But yeah, the amount of times that I was failing on this was kind of ridiculous. It was either the Sky Flyer not actually recognising that I was spinning the stick fast enough. And that was happening on the first part as well. Like, I wasn't able to... I was very lucky on this one, I'll be honest. Like, I wasn't able to, like, jump over the shockwave attacks sometimes. It was kind of ridiculous. And then I was definitely having trouble with the bit where he was firing his hands out. This is the attack, this is what I mean. He'll fire his... you can't really avoid that. It is possible, you'll see me do it, but you really need the dash hoop. And it's just kind of absolutely ridiculous. And that was always what was getting me. What was really annoying, though, was the electromagnet. I was actually using it, but I was just a second too late on one of my attempts where I ended up dying because I had half a cookie left. And yeah, if I'd got the hit, he would have been dead. And it could just kind of... And that was actually my first attempt, I believe, at the boss. So that was what really, really pissed me off. Because I just kept dying. It was just really, really annoying. And I was like, you know... I was honestly considering... There was a point where I was like, I don't know if I'm actually going to finish this on PS4. Like, I might actually have to emulate it and just cheat and have unlimited cookies. Because that's a thing you can do with, like, obviously, proper emulated... I don't know why I didn't jump there. That was, like, using the Skyfly. That was kind of stupid, but... Oh, well. But yeah, that's a thing. Because I remember back in the day, like, cheat discs. If you don't know what cheat disc is, look them up. But basically, there were, like, discs that you put in your game console. And you could... It would give additional cheats to games, basically. That's all you need to know. But it would be stuff like infinite health and all that. And yeah, I definitely remember there being one for Ape Escape 2, even though I never actually had Ape Escape 2 on the PS2. But I remember looking through like the cheat disc, and they normally had like loads of cheats for loads and loads of different games. Like the one I had like what 500 different PS2 games with cheats. So that's how that worked. So yeah, I remember there being one for infinite cookies on Ape Escape 2, and that would have been so useful. Anyway, this is the final hit that you can see here, and then we get a cutscene again.
What did I do wrong?
People! Hey, Specter! Specter, stop! Huh? Specter!
You made it further than I expected. Not too shabby for a mere human.
Not bad yourself for a monkey.
You're a tough little fella. I respect that. But this is the end of the line for you. The trigger for the lethargy laser is right behind me. Once I flick this switch, it'll be game over for you humans.
What?
Come on now. Surely you can't refuse the chance to be ruled by supreme beings.
You don't understand. You don't know anything about us.
What?
Humans never stop trying. That's what gives us a future. We'll never give in to the likes of you.
Give up now. You don't stand a chance.
Huh? Let's go home, Pipochi. People! Whoa! Oh! Oh! Whoa! Let's get out of here, Pipochi! Whoa!
So yeah, that was the end of Ape Escape 2, although there is, again, a final battle afterwards, even though it looked like we caught him, but I guess we actually didn't. Now, what is replacing Ape Escape 2? Well, it's actually going to be... It's a little bit complicated. You may have wondered why there was more episodes of Watch Dogs. There was 4 episodes a week. And that's because, basically, when Need for Speed Undercover finished, Need for Speed Shift was supposed to replace it. But unfortunately, I had to wait till there was another game finished, which was this game, because Need for Speed Shift, when EA released it, they realised it wasn't going to be possible to release it for the Wii and the DS. There's versions for the PC, the PS3, the 360, and the PSP, but there isn't a DS or Wii version, and it's because, yeah, they determined it wasn't going to be powerful enough. And they released another game for those consoles, which is called Need for Speed Shift, but they released it kind of on the same day, so I'm doing both of them at the same time, and that's why. So effectively, Need for Speed Shift or Need for Speed Nitro is replacing this, whatever you want to count. Will I do Ape Escape 3? I don't know, maybe next year I'm actually thinking. I do also have PlayStation Move Ape Escape, and I'm looking kind of at doing Million Monkeys, which is the Japanese exclusive one. I'm not so sure if I'll do that. But yeah, I do hope to cover Ape Escape 3 at some point. I'm kind of hoping that Sony will actually release it on the PlayStation 4 or 5. Probably the 5. They do need to work on a new emulator though for the system. And obviously I do need to technically finish 1 and this properly. Which, like I said, I'll try and do that for Christmas Day. No promises, but that's what my plan is. Yeah. Have I enjoyed this? Well, I've rather enjoyed it. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't be doing 3 next year. At least that is the plan. But would I... Like, that final boss battle against Specter there was kind of really annoying. I'm not going to lie. But I finally managed to beat it. There's so many attempts that you're just not going to see. Basically, the issue was just the Skyflyer. Completely impossible to, like... I was spinning the stick and it just was not recognising it. Like, I ended up using my left hand on the right thumbstick to try and spin the stick there. That was how stupid it was. But yeah, would I recommend it? Well, it's a fun game. I would kind of hope that if Sony do actually put out, you know, a new emulator on the PlayStation 5, that it will actually have rewind functions. And if that's the case, I hope that they patch all the existing PS2 games to support that new emulator. I mean, they'll have to. I mean, the issue they have as well with the PlayStation emulator is, the PS2 emulator, is it's actually a way into the PlayStation. It's a way to do homebrew onto the PlayStation 4 and 5. It's actually kind of broken. So they actually really do need to work on that. And that's someone that actually has a homebrew enabled PS3 thing. But I always wait for that, like, when the system's actually finished. And it's over, before I actually homebrew enable any of my systems. So yeah, would I recommend Ape Escape 2? Yes, I would recommend it, but I would wait for the new emulator, obviously, if you've got a PS5, because you're not worth playing at the moment. If you have a PlayStation 4, probably worth doing. And yeah, stay tuned for Ape Escape 3 whenever that comes out. Stay tuned for the true final ending of this game, and stay tuned for Need Speed Shift in a week's time. So yeah, I've been RobtheMod. Thanks for watching part 27 of Ape Escape 2 on the PlayStation 4, and I will see you next time for more in another game. Ta-ra.